Love is in the air. Good evening. This is iNiggles. Welcome to DC Universe Online. You're with Saint Nick, and he's wishing you a happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Now I know it's a week ago, but SOE wants you to celebrate it a week later. Well, they wanted you to celebrate the original Valentine's Day and celebrate Valentine's Day with DC Universe with the upcoming patch, February 22nd. So in this episode, I'm just going to be talking about a bunch of the updates and stuff that they included. If you go, head on over to the...
This is
oh,
Gotham
sorry.
Now, and I'm Vicky Vale, with alarming reports that the steroid-addicted muscle man Bane has returned to Gotham, and that use of his drug, Venom, is spreading. Bane is wanted in over 17 countries on charges ranging from assault to an attempted military coup. Is he back now to once again try to take down the Bat? We'll keep you posted.
Sorry, I just feel like I had to dance to that kind of music. Cha cha cha. Look at his moves, pretty sick. Anyway, let's not get too distracted. So yeah, there's a bunch of, it's a long list. If you head on over to the DC Universe Online forums, ooh, little collectible there. Radar X has released the announcement, and there's like a huge list if you want to read over it. I won't be going over everything, but I read a bit about the discussion in the forums and stuff, and a lot of people were upset, a lot of people were excited, so let's just talk about the stuff, some of the stuff that's most popular. One thing that a lot of people were looking forward to is the raid. They added the new Batcave part, because right now there's two raids. Oh, what are you doing? And they're Chris Cao, the game director for DC Universe Online, had an interview in Tent on Hammer, as I mentioned a couple episodes ago. And he mentioned that there's going to be three parts on the Batcave, so the first one is out right now, and they're going to be releasing the second one on Tuesday, February the 22nd. And so of course, it's only available to level 30 people. It's an 8-man raid, so look forward to that. The other thing that they added was a Bane duo. Now duos, we'll get to that later on, but it's just harder, kind of like harder alerts, but you just play it with two people. Pretty self-explanatory. You queue up for it in your on-duty queues. These are all you have the duos right here. We're not available. We're not eligible until level 30. And these are the raids. We can't access them. And there's arenas and legends PvP. Now with legends PvP, that's where you take on like iconic characters. This is the villain side, so we have Batman, Joker, Harlequin, Bane. So this is the guy who's going to be in the duo. They're going to add a new character here. Well, they're planning to. It's going to be Catwoman. Pretty exciting stuff. And Catwoman, they're using her a lot for this one. Hello. It's a citizen. Why do we get to kill her? Oh, that's horrible.
But the
And
Falcones
yet
are gonna
I
bust my kneecaps if you take this. And my kid won't get his operation.
You just got bashed in the face with a rifle and you're worried about getting your kneecaps busted. Okay, anyway. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, Catwoman. She's gonna have a solo mission dedicated to her. And as I was just reading about it, it sounds exciting. It's not gonna be your typical solo mission where you have to just kill a bunch of guys, and then there's a mini boss, and kill another bunch of guys, and there's the final boss, and then you like win. They're gonna try to use the more movements and stuff, like you have to dodge objects and stuff. This is just based on what I've read, so we'll see how it actually plays out, but it does sound cool. So you have to, like, if you're in acrobatics, you have to like dodge a cheetah or something, and it sounds cool in my opinion. So it's gonna be a different kind of solo, but for those of you that don't know, solos does not mean that you have to play by yourself. Like I actually one time, like right before I went in an instance, I encountered another guy who was about to do that. Oh, I asked him first if he was gonna do the same mission as me, and he said yeah. So I asked him like, oh, do you want to group up? And he's like, yeah, sure. And if you just group up with people, you can both do the quote-unquote solo missions. So they're not necessarily, they don't have to be played out with one person. You can play it up to a team of 4, I believe. 2 to 4, or 1 to 4, so rather. If it's not up to 4, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure you can play it up to 4. So yeah, you can do that Catwoman mission like that. On top of the being a playable character in the Legends PvP and the solo missions, there's going to be also races. Like races are, I can't see one right now, but we will play one later on. But races are basically just time. You just have to like go through a bunch of hoops and try to beat a time limit or something or your ghost. And you have to go up against Catwoman for this one. So it sounds pretty interesting. On top of that, they're gonna have like a Valentine's Day themed event, and basically it's just like, you know, just little cute things. You get to like win over hearts if you're like, of your citizens. If you're a hero, you get to fight stuff as a villain. Like we're gonna play it later on when it does come out, so I can show you guys. It's probably gonna be dull just me talking about it. I think this is a race right now. I'll show you a race. There it is. It's usually these purple things. Green is the safe houses. So clubs are for safe house, clubs are for villains, and the police department are for heroes. Purple things are for races. And you receive a little point if you like complete the platinum time. So we have to finish this in
5,
1 minute.
4, 3,
So
2, 1, go.
And so you get to do that stuff for Valentine's Day. And if you are level 30, which I don't think we will be by the time it comes out, why I suck at this, you get to take on Aphrodite herself. And the cool thing I found out is that Aphrodite, she is the Greek goddess of love. She's actually a character in the DC universe. So you get to fight her, you get to gather some good, cool loot and all this stuff. So it's pretty exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I look forward to that. I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward. Some people actually stop playing just to wait for the update to see what's gonna happen, because they've done a lot of fixes. As you know, you may have heard a bunch of complaints that people are complaining, oh, stuff isn't balanced in this game, and like the user interface is one huge thing that people are extremely annoyed about, because a lot of people, oh, can we make it for the one? Yes, just in time. 59.9 seconds. Wow. Gotta beat. No, we don't want to retry it. Do we? What was I saying? Yeah. What? We didn't get it? It was 1 minute for platinum. Anyway. So the user interface is what most people are annoyed about. Like usually for MMOs, you have your cursor, which we can't see right now because the cursor is our camera. And a lot of people say like, oh, they want to be able to click places, but that's the thing that separates this from other MMOs, is that it's an action RPG as opposed to just you clicking from your list. Like it's all live. Like if you click, you perform an action. If you hold right click, you have your range, and then you do your skills with the number pad. So, and then you like do combos with that, and you can look. And the targeting system, like people get annoyed about it, is just hold tab or whatever it is for the PS3 controller. Try to lock onto your target so that you don't go wildly and all over the place. It still is buggy and needs to be fixed, but like it's a huge tip. Like try to lock onto your target instead of relying on the auto lock on, and it'll make your gameplay a lot more fluid. What is that? It's a crazy look. Oh, I guess. Okay, I guess this is for the heroes, cause what the? Okay, what just happened? It just exploded on us. Oh, it doesn't love us. Ooh, nightclub, cocktails. I get distracted so easily. What's the matter with me? We were talking about the user interface. The chat system is what a lot of people are angry about. Like if you press enter, you can talk, and then oh, you can. I've been using O this whole time, and this is the separate thing. Like the annoying thing is all this. Every time you fight and do something, you see this. Here's a tip: you can build your own chat system, and let's delete that. And you can pick which ones you want to see. So I made a no combat thing. Like I didn't want to see any combat, misc, or out, because I really don't care about that stuff. But I want to hear about group, arena, hero trade. Maybe I should include versus, and shout and league. Those are the things I really want to say. So we save the settings and we can drag it over here. And when we close this, you press enter. Oh, it's there you go. And now you can talk like that. And you can do shout that way as well.
Even if it kills me, I love you, Ivy.
The cannon's well fed.
That's really creepy. Let's leave a turret to like keep them company in case they decide to explode. So that's just a little tip if some of you guys are annoyed. I know it's still kind of clunky, but you can just press enter actually. I've been pressing O this whole time for chat. I didn't know you can press enter. Yeah, so it's not so bad. I don't know what people are really talking about. But if you just really want to... Chris Cao, he was saying that he wanted to separate the players and like the chat and stuff from the environment. Because like if you want to, like say if I want to trade or add this guy as a friend, we can't do it through just clicking on them. You just press O and you bring up this whole system. And you can see who's nearby, what the names are, range and stuff like that. And if you have a league, there's a whole other system for that. And you can see who's online. You can just talk to your league or talk to your group. It's just different. I think a lot of people are just complaining because the system is different. Like I haven't really played World of Warcraft, and a lot of people I guess are trying to compare it to that, to successful and everything. But it's just different. It takes a while of getting